Hi, good evening to all of you. Am I audible, guys? So let's start with this. Bullcat 6. If I talk about the level of difficulty, I've kept only few questions looking at the level of difficulty. Paper was, I think, easy to moderate again this time also. So I think you all are lucky this time because easy, I suppose, moderate, difficult 2 or 3 questions. Easy 14 questions and moderate 17 to 18. If you ask my guess that how many we should get correct, then I would recommend that I would assume that one should get at least 23 correct in this particular level of paper. I don't know what was your take and what did you get in this exam. So, but I think the 23 minimum one should get correct if I talk about the level of difficulty this time. So nothing to worry about. There is no hard and fast rule. It is my assumption based on my experience that if the level of difficulty is this much, then one should get at least, for example, out of 14 easy questions, we should get at least 80% correct. 8 4 to 32, 8 3 11, 11 to 12 question out of 14 correct. Out of 17 moderate level question, 17, 6, 6, 7, 42, 4, 10, again 11, 22, and 1 from difficult level question. Out of 3, one should get 1 correct. So 23 questions all in all. Minimum one should get correct to score decent. But if you get 23 correct, you will score very good in this particular exam. Okay, let's see what we have in this. More or less very simple paper. I didn't find anything complicated with this paper. Okay, now it is 67th question. It is about on all the fortunate part was that even passages were also very simple and affordable, attemptable, manageable. So coming on to this very question, it is about graffiti, and we have to pick up. If you remember that one of the mocks or in one of the CATs, we already we gave you one RC based on this. That how come this culture came into being and how some people got into this, middle class people, lower middle class people, or the so-called belonging to not so well off class. Took this method to vent out their frustration, etc. I don't know whether you remember this. So same from the same paragraph we have taken these 4 sentences, and this was a very long article about graffiti. So we have to pick up this the misfit one, and we have discussed this particular type so many times, and the answer to this question would be something that we need to link the sentences by theme, and we will find 3 sentences coming together in one line outside the theme. It is not that they are not related. 4th one is not related. It would be so-called distantly related. So-called my distant cousin, not real cousin or near cousin. So that is how we go by. Sometimes we are confused that students come to me and say that, sir, we are not able to pick up the misfit one most of the times. I would say that it is not that one would be simply, let's say 3 sentences are talking about vada sambar and one would be talking about imarti or jalebi. It would not be so odd man out. It would be something that will be lying outside in terms of distant relation. It should not be 1, 2, 3, 4 and some even numbers, and in between we insert odd number. One can find out very easily. The point is that it should be we should have nuances, great level of comfort with this language. That is what management is all about. You should be able to know the little nuances between the sentences, between the themes, so that one can take one misfit one out of the given sentences. It would be something, it will not be out of all dhoklas you will find one vada sambar and you will take vada sambar out. This is odd one out. Anyone can do this. What's so special about you? Why we should take you in? Why IIMS A should take you in? Should have this ability in you to pick up the theme based and anything which is lying. No doubt it is slightly related to the given question. That's how we confuse you, by linking the misfit one also slightly with the given theme, but the distance would be far. So that's how we take misfit one out. So in this second is, I think, the answer. Graffiti writing also has been not second. Second is, I think, would be the opener. Something it is C. People who write their name simply want to assert their existence to others, whereas people who write messages want to put your point across. So in other three sentences, we are talking about the perception of this particular area in the minds of people, and third is talking about what exactly is done in this particular area. So graffiti writing, so that's a mode of communication, that's why third is out. So make sure that we confuse you by linking. Now no doubt if I look at these four sentences, somehow the broader perspective would be that these four are related, no doubt. All four are talking about graffiti somewhere other way, but one is talking about this particular, no doubt, this aspect, but in some other angle. That's how we take odd one out. So if my voice is clear, Neha, you want to say something? There is some arrow pointed. Yes, am I clear, guys, about this? If I am clear, then press yes so that we can move ahead. Saurabh, yes. Rishabh, yes. Bhavya, yes. Bhavya. Okay, Bhavya. It is luxury all around. Okay, let's move on to Mr. Chirag. Kuldeepak. Okay. Vishal, big-hearted. Okay, so next we talk about which of the following would complete the paragraph. So Kalpana is also there, imagination. So nothing personal, otherwise just to keep mood light and fresh. So we need to complete this paragraph. Neha, 4. Okay, your answer is 4. Now we have all dreamed of launching the next hot product. Stories like Facebook, which launched from dorm room, which is now worth 100 billion. So these are very inspiring stories. This is for sure. In order to do something very big in life, you have to leave the college. Jokes apart, coming back to the question, Instagram, which reached 40 million user and was 1 billion acquisition in less than 2 years of existence. My God, that's how great people are born, and they do something really great. And we are just discussing these stories. How pathetic. Make us believe that you need is a good idea and internet connection. I don't know about the idea, but I think we all have got internet connection. I think we're halfway through. Little more effort from your side. I am a crack. A week, I think you're playing leaving and joining, some problem at your end. Check, reconfirm, get an idea please. So which of the following would complete the paragraph? First is way out of track. Nobody cares about your product's features. People care about your product story. So there is no talk about the story. It is talking about launching next hot product. We're not talking about the story of story behind the hot product. First gone. Second, in today's marketplace where consumer attention span continues to shorten, new companies launch every day. Getting the purpose is not to gain or retain your attention. Purpose is to be successful and to something worth serving the goal. So we are talking about launching the keywords. Let us look at the keywords, guys. I think Mr. Dev God Gaba. Problem with misfit type. See, in any society, misfits are not welcome. You're talking about the misfit sentences, I know. But right now we have discussed the misfit one. The technique behind is that you need to understand the essence given in the sentences. No doubt, I would recommend that generally we say that link the themes. Link the theme in the sentences. And if I look at the keywords, you will find the keyword floating directly or indirectly in almost all the sentences. I'll look at the previous question right now we discussed. I don't know if you were there or not, Dave. So that was again about graffiti. So one point you should keep in mind that the misfit one, easy to track, is easy to handle this question. Try to find the group, and one particular sentence which is termed as misfit will lie a little far away from other three. It is not that the three would be something like from England and one would be from, let's say, Africa, and it is very easier for you or me or anybody to take that particular odd one out, it would be something that you need to be able to understand the little differences between the approach in the sentences, and it can be done with practice. So make sure that after you take any exam, take the printout and solve all the questions, and then think about that how come this sentence, what's so special about this sentence. You will find that whichever we take odd one, whichever we take out of the group, it is generally not that it was talking something bullshit or it was something away from the theme. It was related, but that to very, very distant relation, not the direct correlation. That's how we do. So yes, Bhave, problem is that you need to practice, and but whenever you come to me, generally I am very busy, and generally I am available on screen or something on phone. But whenever you come next time, we'll sit and discuss. Nothing to worry about. You're lucky that you're from this area, Chandigarh, and rest I think we have got our online student, Neha, Vishal, etc. I think all of you are online student. Dev. Okay, Neha from Delhi, capital of India. Srujan, Chirag, Saurabh, online, Neha. Neha, Bhave is now wearing goggles. Neha is smiling. I don't know what is going on. So point is this. Okay, coming back to this, so we were left with only two choice, 3 and 4. So we are talking about the new startups. So I think Gaurav, so that is called third. If I coming over to third sentence, if you are done with your chat gossips, okay, coming back to the questions. Third is saying that assuming that you have built a useful product, there is nothing more important than cutting through the clutter and getting initial traction. I could have rejected first three choices with the help of this attention span only. I could have done this without reading only. That's why I picked up this question number 69, because in all the sentences we are talking about either story or the way to attract people to grab people's attention. Who says that the passage is about attention, seeking attention? It is about aiming something big and achieving something big. But we're talking about the launching new hot product, and how come within a year of or 2 years of existence, how they made into something very big. So if I see fourth option, unfortunately, kind of thought change. Unfortunately, as any startup will tell you, there are exceptions, not the rule. So I suppose fourth is the best. Okay, moving on to next question. I think guys we are done with this. I just wanted to tell you this particular thing, that three choices were very funny and nothing to do with the question. There is no hint that I should continue attention span or people can they take care of your story and interested in knowing about your story rather than about the product. Nothing. I could have picked up blindly option fourth, and yes, Vishal, it is with the para completion rule is that while writing any piece of text, any author will not change his or her tone abruptly. The point is that he will change his tone if he uses the contrast words like but, however, unfortunately. We can change the tone, but grammatically and logically we should be able to justify this as this choice is justifying. Therefore, Vishal, answer option is fourth. The change in tone is allowed and generally is there also, but it should be relevant to the given context. It should not be. Unfortunately, I forgot how to play Holi after this question. See, Bhave, I told you earlier also that 1, 2 and 3, they are talking way out of track. As per the question, question is about the story. Just look at the keywords. We all dreamed of launching the next hot product. We have all dreamed of, including me, we all have dreamed launching the next hot product. And then we come across stories like Facebook and how they made so big. Instagram reached 40 million users, was 1 billion acquisition less than 2 years of existence. Make us believe that all you need is a good idea and internet connection. Means whenever we're thinking of launching, doing something very, very big, what we need is good idea and internet connection. If I look at these stories, they're both stories from the IT department. So we need to digest this with little pinch of salt, as we explained also. So we are talking about we have dreamed. Look at the essence. If I am now clear, Bhavya, sorry. It is not that good idea and internet connection will do. There are a lot many other things also to make anything successful. Am I clear, Bhavya? And rest of you guys? Is my voice reaching? Is your keypad working? Are you mentally attached to this particular discussion? Okay, because I cannot shout too much today. Okay, so guys, time to move forward. A very interesting paragraph. How come the woes, the sad stories behind the airlines were largely self-inflicted? I think passage was easy, and I don't know why people have student test takers have marked this passage or the question based on this passage a little moderate. I don't know, but passage interesting, and that you come to know about it. How come few of the smallish airlines, probably the new startups, favored market-driven competition and economy, and how come one very strong older airline wanted government protection. So the passage is about how come this new market. Okay, Dev, I'll come to 81 also. So how come this landed them in a great problem, and now they are facing heat because of this. So I suppose that tone of the passage is. Now look at the tone. So just look at the meanings. Even without reading the passage, I could have attempted this one also. Sardonic means mocking and yet informative. By making mockery of anything, you cannot be informative at the same time. First option rejected. I haven't gone through the paragraph yet. Let's say I'm running short of time and I come across this tone-based question. Fourth option says didactic and cynical. Didactic means again preaching or giving instruction, and cynical means in doubt. When you're giving instruction, how can you be in doubt? Or if you're in doubt, you cannot give instruction. Fourth gone. I'm left with only 2 and 3. Third say candid and adulatory. Seems to be. Candid is frank, adulatory is praising. Second is critical and conjectural. So now we are left with only 2 options. Second and third, critical and conjectural. No doubt he has highlighted, I think, the positive side also or negative side also, and he has used few words like may have been, like last few lines. Can have inverted perfects from having foolishly overextended themselves, they become largely oblivious. Last few lines is taking guesses also. So no doubt he is candid, he is critical also, but we need to find between either conjectural means making guesses or adulatory. So he is not praising this airlines as such. So adulatory is gone, only critical and conjectural. So without reading the passage, mind it, I haven't gone through the passage completely. I just read few lines, that too just for your sake, and I marked this option. That's how we confuse you, by giving so many difficult choices. And the secret is that one can attempt even without reading too much of the passage. That is the beauty of the life. All of the following adages means sayings are applicable to the passage except. So survival of the fittest, yes, it is. Whenever we talk about market driven economies, it is always Charles Darwin principle. Make hay while sun shines. Whenever we are deregulated, airlines are deregulated, anything is deregulated, it is called that free uncontrolled period, and you can do a lot. All glitter may not be gold. You go for something and that thing is not working. Likewise in this case. So many hands make a light work. No, too many things I think spoiled. Many hands make light work. This is not applicable to this. Rest all are applicable. All that glitter may not be gold. Yes, Dev, the choice is between 3 and this. First and second, absolutely fine. All that glitter may not be gold. So it is talking about that from the distance, even the smallish firms also realize that they are facing problem because of the competition, and that's why initially they thought that this would help them and making money, raking mullah, but somehow they also landed, it also landed them in trouble. So the line is there, some line is there in the die in the marketplace. So you can go through that line, you will find that they also realize that either they have to merge or they have to survive or they'll die. So from the initial enthusiasm shown by these small companies even faded quickly. That's why all that glitter may not be gold. Am I clear, Gaba? So Gabas are generally from Yamunanagar. Are you from Yamunanagar? Okay. And from which place, Gaba? Dev? Alwar, Rajasthan. Saurabh Chopra, you are from Yamunanagar. So you are from Alwar, Rajasthan. Dev, Gaba. Okay. Generally you will find Gabas in Yamunanagar, I think, here. So time to move ahead. Okay, very interesting. Grammar based, and students generally come to me say that, sir, while taking the exam we are not able to find the errors, and as soon as we take the printout and solve the paper at home, within a fractions of second we are able to track the questions. Do you also face the same problem, guys? Generally while during the exam you're not able to track the grammar questions, but once you reach home and you think a little about these questions, generally you are able to track. So we have to pick up 78th question. We have to pick up the grammatically incorrect. I picked up this question just to discuss one or two things. Generally one is simple, the tuition. The word you will find tuition. Tuition off, it is not off. After tuition you take tuition on any subject. So off, where I am moving my cursor, in place of off it has to be on. And the difference between using specially and especially, one is E starting word especially, and another is excuse me, sorry, second is your specially. So if I say within Chandigarh you will find something very special, especially in sector 8 you will find something very, very special. So especially is something referring to very, very specific, particularly, above all, and specially is very, very purpose of something. Especially I was talking about this. Out of all the given things, if you focus on only one especially, then we use especially. Especially is more specific, I would say. So there has been much debate in recent times about when young people should take up second language. This has been especially fueled in recent times. There could be many reasons, but especially this has been fueled. This particular debate has been fueled by. That's why especially. But my next question is that, where I'm now moving my cursor, sentence D. The error here is, it should not be advances, it should be advancement. Now my next question is, advances is wrong here, advancement is fine. So do we know the Saurabh, this can come, yes, Right now we are generally we are also giving the subjective questions in our mocks, but only in mathematics or DA section. One or two questions we generally at the max we go up to 3 or 4 questions, but my guess is that it can go up to even 7 or 8 also. And next time I think we'll be bringing in English a little, 1 or 2 English based, grammar based or parajumble based or some questions which can be put in subjective form. But point is that yes, they can come in this also, especially grammar, because in grammar the error would be one only. So now coming back to the question is what is the difference between advances and advancement? No doubt we all can see the spelling wise huge difference, but I'm talking about the usage part. Advances can be used in the form of verb, also can be used in the form of noun, but here we needed only noun. The grammar difference. Now coming on to the spelling difference, this usage difference. Advancement is used whenever we are talking about development in longer duration or long-term development. For example, advancement in your career, advancement in the field of genetics. If I use advances, that means generally you will find the word advance, recent advances in the field of computation or big data analysis. Advancement is long duration changes, and advances means recent progress, recent headways. And if I talk about advancement, it means whenever there is a development around and development is taking time or has taken time. That's why advancement, we're talking about rapid advancement, past decade. The hint is, look at this word where I'm moving my arrow, past decade. We're talking about long-term changes. That's why advancement. Am I clear, guys? I just wanted to I picked up this question, just wanted to share this with you. Question is not important, but the discussion is. Again, it is a very simple question, but again, I don't know, people have marked this also as difficult. So just goes, it says that, I'll just tell you the gist of this paragraph. It says that geese can often be grazing in the coastal salt marshes. Unfortunately, their intense grazing, now author is not at all supporting this particular habit, now is taking dig at this. Unfortunately, their intense grazing removes the grassy covering, exposing marsh sediment. This increases in evaporation, and ultimately it leads to what, I'll just come on to the main line. Regrowth of plant is minimal, leading to increased erosion, which lead to a decrease in the fertile topsoil, leading to even less regrowth. Ultimately, intense grazing led to soil erosion and less growth of grassy covering, etc. In time, the salt marsh become mud flat. So this area become mud flat devoid of grass. This process challenges one of the most widely held beliefs about the dynamics of salt marsh ecosystem. Somehow initially people have thought that these geese are not doing anything. Saurabh, your facing critical issue with para completion. Saurabh, you're from Yamunanagar. Whenever Khurana sir come to your place, this Yamunanagar center, take my number from Khurana sir and just give me a call. Saurabh, you're from Pune, that is Saurabh Chopra, and you're Saurabh everywhere SA and he's SOU. Okay, so okay, got this. Saurabh, coming back to this, I'll tell you one thing, that 1 or 2 tricks right now I can share. See, in para completion question there can be only 2 options or alternatives. Either you wind up the story or you extend the story. There cannot be any other option or third way to solve this question. Either wind up the story or extend the story. Whether you want to extend the story or conclude the story, we need to take care of 3 very important things. 1, the tone of the passage. 2nd, the style of the writing. 3rd, the keywords in the passage. So these 3 tricks are very important. Now, in which particular situation any conclusion would be considered the best? Any conclusion is considered best when it covers the major or the main idea present in the passage. In the conclusion, never ever try to include examples. Most of the time we have seen that we just give you the example covering conclusion choice just to make you sentimental, and you all become sentimental while attempting the question. So examples are never included whenever we are concluding or summing up the situation. Make sure this. And if the question is not based on looking at the choices, you realize that question is not based on conclusion. It is extension of logical extension of second last line. Then just focus on second last line, which is last otherwise in the passage and the question, but last we have to find out. Second last line, taking care of again three things at least: one, the tone; second, the keywords. These are the answers, and very important aspect is the choices or what cannot be the answers to the para completion question. It cannot be an inference based on one of the lines somewhere from in between the passage. Very, very important. Make sure this. And second, restatement of one of the lines from the passage cannot be an answer to this para completion question. Am I clear, Saurabh from Pune? But point is that mere discussion is not enough. You need to practice keeping these three very important tricks in mind. And generally in my classes also we go by this particular trick and we get 60-70% accuracy, at the max 80%, and but we are able to. Sort of try this trick, all these tricks, and your accuracy definitely will go up. And if you are not able to still solve the question, that means you are not aware of the tricks, I suppose. Are you aware of? Have you attended the lecture? Yes, Saurabh? Okay, so you not gone through this concept class of this. So generally in classes my particular rule is that even my one or two students are also attending this session. So my point is that my main motive is to develop the thought process of the student rather than telling them the mere answers. Okay, we'll get back to you, Saurabh, as soon as possible. Okay, I'll tell you, Saurabh, related to this process, how to develop this thought process related to this particular topic. But coming back to the question again, so you have asked, who has asked this? Why not 3? Vishal. Okay, Vishal. So 3 and 4. Now look at the 3. Why you are picking up 3? Just type one line also. Why you are attracted towards 3? No, it is not 1 and 2, Dev. It is either 3 or 4. Or it is 1 and 2. I don't know. Let's see. Yes, it is of course 1. Another point is that important keyword. I am reading the last line again. Yes, Vishal. This process challenges one of the most widely held beliefs. Look at the grammar part. We'll find colon here. Colon, where I'm moving my cursor. Grammatically, it means we need to explain this. What is that widely the challenges or what the process? This process challenges what kind of this particular episode is posing challenge to whatever the beliefs we have or we had about this. So we need to explain this. So third is kind of conclusion, not the exact conclusion, but we cannot conclude here. That's why we have rejected third. Am I clear, Vishal? I think your question was why not 3? Yes, grammatically there's no problem in using supposedly consumer or after colon supposedly, or we need to define this, and definition can be even can start with assume or suppose, even nothing to worry about. Grammatically they are considered right. Because if I want to define, let's say I want to define A. Now in order to define A, suppose A is taken as in this form, then the definition of A would be this, then in this. So we can take, nothing to worry about. So third is out because we need to explain this challenge. One of the challenges we have to explain this, and it is being done in choice 1. Supposedly consumers such as geese do not play a large role in controlling the productivity of Mars systems. So what challenge poses this process? Challenge is one of the most widely, and what is a challenge? It is, I think, in 1. Rest all are either taking this forward or winding it up. Am I clear, guys? So time has come to move ahead. Very interesting question based on simple grammar. Now what is this? Okay, inference drawn. So it is about inference based question, and inference, I think we all know about inference. It is something which is drawn on the basis of a given fact. It is about food shortage, and it is saying that how come increase in population and living standard of the people will further worsen this problem of food shortage. They'll be able to purchase more, eat more, consume more. They'll be healthy also. And last few lines is very positive, that authors believe that cloning, nanotechnology, genetic modification as potential solutions for arresting future food scarcity is positive also. Am I clear? So let's see what answer you picked up. So this can be inferred, I think, increase in the world prosperity will lead to the rise in demand for energy, food and fresh water. This can be easily made out from the passage. And if I read the second, there is fear in spite of advances in technology. He is almost hopeful of this. So second cannot be inferred. By boosting agricultural production through development report disregard. There is no talk about how this can be exploited. So very simple question, I would say. I mean to say that. And answer was 1. No, Bhavesh was not option. Option 2. Statement 1 was can be inferred, not option 1. Second statement, question statement is wrong. There is a fear. Is not at all fear. He is pretty hopeful. Therefore, only 1. Therefore, option 2 is the answer. Am I clear, Saurabh? From Pune or Yamunanagar? Okay. So now it is about passage is about 85, 86, 87. Okay, it is about innovation and versus learning. And what should we learn? What should we innovate? And priority should be given to learning or innovation or having result. So priority should be given to what? So very interesting passage. I think this was this little moderate when it comes to understanding. And by the time you reach 85th or 87th question, this last leg of the paper, and we are almost tired and exhausted. Even I've seen that even the easier questions you are not able to focus on. Otherwise easy, yeah. So best title of the passage, because author focuses on learning, I suppose, and is giving second priority to the profits or the benefits of. So guys, so what was the answer to this question? 85th. So it was 4th. Yes, Dev. Gods are never wrong. So 4th, learning first and profits second. Very good. You still remember? All of the following can be inferred from the passage except one cannot be inferred. So I think as per the passage, 4th was delay, confound the ability to make accurate. There's no talk about anything being delayed or will be delayed or delays causing any problem. Rest all can be inferred. Every innovation initiative should be properly regarded as an experiment. Yes, it's already given in the first few lines. Disciplined experimentation yield rapid learning. Yes. Rapid learning promise better result. Yes, he has given, he has supported, but delays is never given anything about delays. So it is about which of the following author is likely to agree with. He says that in the passage, he says that if any company tries to innovate, experiment, no doubt failures would be there, but company would be able to learn a lot and will be able to take edge over others. Therefore, as per the passage, only first is the point option author would be agreeing with. The rest all options go against the essence of the passage. That's why second, third, fourth wrong. Okay, I've also reached the last, I think, leg of this. One or two slides more. So it is about para jumbling. Question number 89, para jumbling. Seems to be very a lengthy question, but I suppose 89th. People have given this as moderate. Opener, in this case, would be A, as intellectual community leaders, they can. So we have got they in A sentence cannot be an opener. First choice gone. B, university should also commit, should also means cannot be, B cannot be an opener. So that's how we reject first and fourth. Answer could be either second or third. No, yeah, opener is D. So D is an opener. Answer could be either 2 or 3. So we just need to check what D, C or D, B. And B, E, A I think forms sequence here. So D says universities need to move from defensive to some other sustainable business practices. C is to maximize their impact. Now there in this case refers to universities. So after D, C will come. Yes, BE makes pair, Saurabh. After B, university should also commit by applying, and E, these schools spend $100 billion each year. Yes, yes, yes. And A finally will complete. So therefore the answer would be this. DC. EA and DC are mandatory. D is an opener. Answer is therefore second option. Question shouldn't have taken 30 to 40 seconds. Yeah, D was an opener, Saurav. Okay, last question, guys. The last leg we have reached. I think today's student also we had only gathering of 7 to 8 to 10 people, and 2 already have left. Modi is busy and these 2 people. And coming back to the last question, we need to pick up again the wrong grammar here. We need to pick up the incorrect sentences. Question number 90. So the student demand of sport. I think easy question. Demand for sport at the college. Then it is a D sentence based on parallelism. The principal insists that no resources can be allocated for improvement. The college must continue to encourage outside. To encourage. Must continue encouraging outside. Must continue to do what? After continue we need an infinitive, not gerund. And E sentence, we are talking about a sports committee, student sports committee. So at the place of disregard, the verb should be singular. This is called subject verb agreement. D is called parallelism, and A is called right use of preposition. Simple question, but again you have given this as moderate. 50% of the student got this correct and rest were not, because again you can see yourself that this particular question is based on basic grammar, fundamental grammars, no hi-fi grammar involved in this. So just to improve your grammar based question. attempt session, you need to revise fundamentals. Make sure that every analysis I tell my students that you need to improve your grammar fundamentals. There's no point in going for hi-fi theories, hi-fi books, concept until unless you have got strong fundamentals. Means whenever I say infinitive, you should be able to think what infinitive is, and if I say gerund, you should be able to recall what gerund is. So that's how, these are the fundamentals. And if I say parallelism, you should be able to recall what kind of parallelism we all have, and we can see in sentences. Let it be tense balance, let it be the form parallelism, let it be words parallelism, let it be tone parallelism. So you should be able to make out whenever we discuss these are the terms. So this is this is 7, this was 6th mock, and I think 28th mock is also been about to over. So by this time we hope that should be able to learn fundamentals. But if you are not haven't gone through fundamentals yet, make sure that you now go through, and please make sure that you take printout and solve all the grammar question right from mock 1 to Bullcat 7. You'll be able to recall every time when you solve question, you'll be able to recall few very basic things. And believe me, grammar questions are generally based on grammar fundamentals, and we know that students generally do not go through grammar fundamentals. That's why they're not able to score well in this particular section. So make sure that you go through. And so guys, 100th, okay, I think I picked up 100th also. Okay, 98, very easy question. Throughout the passage is talking about combat medicos, medical personals in army, and they've been praised by this. Initially they were not taken seriously, but later on people, armies, other soldiers realized that without their efforts they could not have won the war and saved their lives. So it is, I suppose, first. Sorry, second. I think second was the answer. 81. Yes, Dev, I am coming on to 81 and Saurabh 100. So this was 98. Answer was first. And 81. What's so special about 81? Let me check if I am carrying. Bhavya, I don't think that I have got time to discuss 97, 98, but 81. Okay, 81, Dev, it is considered, people have marked this as very easy question. Dev, very easy question. In the 3 sentences, 213, 231 can be grouped together. 81, dolphin based question. So it is talking about the sound made by this particular creature, and 4th sentence, which is odd one out, it is talking about, no doubt, again I told you that generally we'll keep the things regarding dolphin only, but the 4th one is talking about the brain, would definitely come in the story, but later on, not with these 3 sentences. This is a little odd one out because it is talking about the brain intelligence, other 3 talking about sound. Am I clear, Dev? Press yes or no so that we can. Okay. So it is about brain also, and vocalization. See, look at the major part also. Vocalization is also being talked about. So 3 can be linked together with the help of this vocalization or sound. Okay, that's why you got carried away. Nothing to worry about. We all are human. Sometimes we are carried away. Am I clear, Dev? Okay. So, and people are asking about 100. 100, I think one of the easiest question as per the students. Not my rating, but students are saying that was easy. As kind of share or share in English. So which of the following can be inferred? So first few lines, had he and I but met by some old ancient inn, we should have sat down to the wet right many a nipperkin. So he's saying that had we met earlier, not in the battleground, like friends, we would have become friends and would have shared few drinks and gossips. But here in the battlefield, he is killing me and I have to kill him. That's repercussions of war. Now, which of the following can be inferred? So this was about the essence. In the first few lines, it is talking. Don't worry about these poem types questions. Hardly you will come across poem types question, Saurabh. And this first is talking about imaginary situation, that had he been met this guy anywhere other than battlefield, we could have he could have made him friend. So you need to understand this. Saurabh, am I clear? Is my voice reaching? Okay. Now, which of the following can be inferred from the above poem? So, C choice. If the soldiers had not been fighting on the opposite side, they could have been. Then in the next few paragraph, first paragraph he said about highlights this emotion, and rest he talks about that he took out his gun and he took out this. Okay, so guys, time has come to wind up this session. See you next time around, all of you. All the best.